to GSP and Soccer Joint Podcast. We are here to reimagine the playing field in women's football with female game changers. My name is Ruza, FF Serbia grassroots manager, sports industry specialist, and former football referee. Let's empower the girls with this episode. Big round of applause for my next guest. Hey guys, welcome to another joint episode between GSP and soccer. I have a pleasure today to host one of the biggest superstars from this region from women's football. We have Natasa Andonova, the player of Levante Football Club and the captain of Macedonian national women's team. Natasa, welcome to GSP and Soccer podcast. I am super proud and happy to have you here to discuss the world of women's football and how we can reimagine the playing field for the girls.
Hello, nice to be here. Hello to everybody. Hello, Ruza, to you. Thank you for introducing me and nice to be here again with you.
When I say that I'm speaking with a superstar today, it's because Natasa's career is an extraordinary. She started at very young age in Bundesliga, then going to Rosengard, later PSG and Barcelona, and now being a part of Levante. It's really a dream come true for every kid, not only girl, because I mean, even boys who play football would like to end up playing in such a clubs, especially speaking of those great clubs like PSG and Barcelona. So when you look back on your accomplishments, how does it feel now when you look where you started, like in a small country like North Macedonia, and where you're now playing on the highest level?
To be honest, now, like I'm 30 years old and now I start to look back because I don't know when my career will be end. We will see because I'm fit, so I will play more years. But when I look back, to be honest, I'm really proud of everything what I've done. And like you say, I come from a very small country. We're like 2 million people. And then in the beginning, when I started to play football, there wasn't so many girls. For example, even, now it's even not professional, the league, but I start to play with boys. And then my dream was always to play for one big club and to be a professional football player. So when I look back, I feel like really proud of me. And I always say the support of your parents, it's so important. So I have the support of my parents and also from my sister, and it's something really nice.
And speaking of your sister, you have a chance to play with her in a national team, if I'm correct, and I see that you are being her role model. So how does it feel to be in the same, to have this, to share the same passion, to be part of it? I mean, we do see that through to Christy and Sammy Mewis in United States, but it's also really important to highlight that from this small region like Balkan is.
You know, when you go out of the country with such a young age, like me, like I have 16 years old and my sister was 17 years old, like we were like child. We never went out of our country, even our away of our parents or going to another city. So the first move was to Germany, so it was a big step. And I think was a very big courage of my parents also. And to have my sister next to me, even if she was only 17 and I 16, that was like so important for me because her support was so important for me because I was a young girl. I really had a hard time in the beginning in Germany because when you go there, I didn't speak English, I didn't speak German. So in the beginning, I couldn't understand with the people there. But, the German are a little bit straight. So when you go there, they really want you to speak German. So we start to go to the German course. I start to learn their English and German. And after a couple of years, was easier. But in the beginning was hard, but with support of my sister was something amazing.
That's for sure. And myself as being an older sister, I have my sister, and I always like to say when speaking about my accomplishments that one of my favorite titles is being Nicolina's sister. So I do understand where do you guys get there. But when you were in Germany and when you were in that period of your career, you had a chance, let's say, to play against Bayern Munich, to score against Bayern Munich, but in that small age, let's say like that, you were super young while you were in Germany all those years. So how did it feel? Was it surreal for you at that moment? How did you feel and how that affected your career later?
To be honest, when I look back now and then when I see, because we have a lot of young girls in the club, and then it's uh, when you are like, I will say, when I go to Germany, when I play in the German club, me and my sister, we were we were from other country, like strangers, and foreigner, I mean, and then. When you're with German people, they in the beginning they don't make you the life easier, you know.
Yeah.
And when I look back now, and when I compare then when I have 16 years old and with the girls now from 16 years old, I say like these girls are really lucky to have us because uh, we help them to improve, we help them to be better every day, and then also we help them uh, to surround with good people and to think positive, like like everybody speak now about mental health. In the beginning when I play football, nobody mentioned that, like we never know what that mean, like meditation or stuff like that, nobody say to us, so we didn't have anything. Like now you have in the club like psychologist, and then if you have some problem you can speak with him or her, but then you can't speak with nobody. So you have to handle the life how you know. And then
Is it
I
easier
think
for you now? Do you go to that people or you still keep to the mechanism you have built yourself because back then you didn't have that type of a support?
not to be I build myself because I want to be better every day, and like football player and also like person. So when you struggle with some stuff, sometimes you need help from the
Exactly.
from the psychologist, and that is not nothing nothing taboo like where before, you know. And so now it's fine. I have my people around me like nutrition psychologists and stuff like that, and then they help me to improve my game, to improve every game, like every practice, also to improve sleeping, eating, to be better every day. So I'm really glad that I have that kind of people around me, you know.
Yes, especially because if you look back, you reach some super high points when you were so young. Because I remember that when there was a European Under-19 Championship in Macedonia, even though
Yeah.
the national team of Macedonia didn't progress, let's say till the final, you were still awarded as the best player of the tournament. So those, let's say, ups and downs that you have in career, but then you have to handle them yourself. How much they strengthened you as a person, not only player.
I always say, everybody asks me about that, and I always say the person that I'm today because thanks because of the struggles that I have before, you know. Because when you are a young girl, you don't know how to handle some situation. I always say like with this mindset now, if I go back, I will handle the situation much better than now, you know, than before, I mean. But you learn from some situation, and the person that I'm today, I don't speak about a football player, but the person, the character that I have make me the person, like all the struggles that I have make me the person that I'm today. So I can say that I'm really like courage people person.
Yes, I can confirm that because going the road you took, it takes a lot of courage because people think it's easy. PSG calls you, just sign the deal and everything's gonna be there, or Barcelona calls you, just sign the deal, you're gonna be treated like Messi or whatever. But that's not the life.
No,
That's not the life in
no.
in in reality. So how did you cope with so much pressure playing for the best clubs in Europe?
You know, when I was young girl, one of my dream was to play with Marta.
Okay.
I'm from Brazil.
Yes.
So that dream came true when I went to Sweden. She was there, and I can say that she's a very good person. I don't speak about the professional, I mean like player. She's incredible, but like person, she's something, I don't know. She helped me so much when I was in Sweden. So I'm really grateful about that. And then one of the one of the dream was that. And then like a couple of days ago, somebody asked me how was my transfer from PSG to Barcelona. I say that was the last day, the last minute of 31st of January, because the 31st of January and the transfer window.
Yes.
And my agent called me, and then he called me like 30 of January. So I signed 31st of January, and he called me, "Do you want to move to PSG?" I say yes. I didn't think so much. I say yes, but when I went there, the things wasn't so like how I expected. That's why I stay only 6 months there, and from there I go to Barcelona, and then now I'm 7 years here in Spain. So with Spanish people, I feel so nice, and they're like something similar like our people in Balkan.
Yes, because
they're like,
character and temperament, it's the
yes,
same. It's like
he's the same.
exactly.
Exactly.
And we're so
They speak too much like us.
and we're all super passionate about football, and we know football better than anybody else. We're all coaches,
Exactly.
head coaches, and everything. Yes.
Exactly.
Yeah. So yeah, I can relate to Spanish mentality that is quite
Yeah.
similar to Balkans. Yes, but when we speak about female sports and equal treatment and everything else, you played in a clubs where you could compare that to, but you also played in Sweden. And I heard from one of the Serbian football players, Jelena Čanković, she always says that she never felt any differences in Sweden between men's and women's sport, because in a country as Sweden, you don't feel differences between male and female, because female has the same opportunity like male. Was that the feeling with you as well when you were back then in Scandinavia?
Jelena is right. She played in the same club as me, and she's in one of the best city there. And to be honest, when I was in Sweden, everybody asked me where was the best time when you play. I say in Sweden. I was 1.5 year, and then I can say that I really enjoyed in Sweden. Like how Jelena said, was the same when I was there. There are no difference between women and men. You never hear some machista like speak about like girls. You have to go in the kitchen. You have to do that. Never ever. Like you feel like really in Sweden the people are like really good, and then you never feel like I don't know, you play men's sport. Never.
Yes, this is really, really important to say that everything starts from the culture. So
Everything.
it's not only from, let's say, media, sports, or whatever. It's actually within culture. Because here in Serbia, sometimes when somebody wants to say something nice about you, they say you play like a boy, and it means like you're super good. But if they say you play like a girl, it means that you're weak.
Yes. Yes. They're a good compliments.
Yeah.
You know, I don't take them like as bad compliments.
Yes, of course, but still, we would like to be treated like, when you say you play like a girl.
Like girls, yes.
Yes, it means like you play like
Exactly.
Natasha, and everything is still the best. It's actually
exactly.
actually that way. But what about the country you come from? You really did a lot for the women's game yourself, because by you signing all those deals and moving and progressing in your career, you basically put the spotlight on the women's game. And did things changed over the time regarding the women's football in North Macedonia? So how do you feel now comparing to back then when you left and when you started your career?
Unfortunately, the league and the women's football, it's not professional, and it's not good. I can say that back when I played there, I think maybe it was even a little bit better than now. Now the women's football there, it's like we don't have not one club that is professional. I never have like problems there when I play, like because like I say, I play first with boys, but I never hear some comment from somebody that like this is men's sport. This boys can play something like that. I never hear, even when we are like small country. You know how it's in the Balkan. The
Yes.
people are like they comment even if they don't know. They comment like we are like trainers. We are everything. So, but when I compare the football, women's football now and before, there is nothing difference. I really like Serbia because Serbia is really improving. Before, when we play against Serbia, we always win. Now when we play against them, they kick us. Like they are so much better. Like almost all the players went out from Serbia. They all like Jelena, like Jovana Damjanovic, like Nena, like a lot of players. They play out of the country, and that is so good. Like for the national team,
Of course.
even when you go to some club where it's professional, or you can have like a training professional, that helps a lot to improve the national team, and then I'm really sad for the women's football in Macedonia, because I'm really like doing everything to improve. Even I speak always with the girls, like you need to have like one goal. I want to go out. I want to play. I want to be better. Like if you stay in Macedonia, you know how it's in Macedonia. You can't improve. But if you go to another country, yes. But now, for example, the people there are like I always say, maybe the young players, I see like a hunger in them that they wanna show them, they wanna play out of the country, they wanna improve, and like maybe I say like our future, the girls that are young now, like with 11, 12 years, 13 years old, they can do something better than the girls that are like my age or even younger than me, because they don't like they stay in them comfort zone and they don't want to go out, like they
Yeah.
don't want to challenge themselves. And it's really sad because we have a really big talented players,
Exactly.
you know
But what about coaches who coach girls in Macedonia? Is that what we need to improve more so that we can have let's say girls stay in the football more, be more passionate about it? Is it a federation who is not doing their part of the job? What about the clubs? Maybe, I don't know, society. Is there any support from governments, cities, and so on into the women's football? So where do you see who needs to change their approach towards you?
I always say everybody have to change. First, you have to change. We have to change the mindset, how we think. We have to improve in every area. Also the federation have to give a lot more. Like, okay, I understand you give to the men's football, perfect, but you also have to give to women's football. We need to have like a better salary. Like, I mean, even the girls where they play, they need to have like that facility where they can practice better. Also, if you play for one club, now you know how it's now. The women football improves a lot. You see the transfer couple of days ago. One of my teammates also go to Chelsea. She made the one of the biggest transfer ever in women's history. Like everything improves. Also, if we want to improve like country, also the clubs there, they have to put a lot more. The coaches have to go to courses. They can or go out to see how the other clubs are doing, how the people are working, to buy some idea from them, and then put it in Macedonian football also. I always say, like, I think if there are the right people, won't happen what happened now. But I think they are not the right people for women football, who can fight really for women football. And because FIFA and UEFA give money for women football, for
Exactly.
clubs, for exactly, and for national teams. And I also say, where that money? Where? Nobody say. Everybody say like they go to the men's. Yeah, but there are money for the women's. So you have to put it one side for men, one side for women, because women, now look, when I say everybody is improving, I always say, when I go with national team, I say to my teammates, I say, you have to be happy to play with, maybe Gentiana Rocci.
Yes, of
She's
course.
playing in Finland. Yeah, I say you have to be happy that we are still with us, and then you can share, we can share everything with you. You can ask me about everything. I can help you with everything. But I say, like, maybe I can play 2, 3, 5 years, 6 more. Then I will stop. My career will end. Then somebody have to come after me. They have to
Yes.
do better and better, and they have to improve, and they have to help to women's football to improve. Because now it's Natasha is playing, he's scoring goals. I don't know if it's helping, but when I'm not, then somebody have to come after me.
Yes, of course.
And
Somebody
then
needs
I
to
I
continue.
really exactly. And then I always say, like, I'm the first one. I'm the first one who want to help the women's football there, because I have a lot of ideas how we can improve, what we can do better in the federation to improve the women's football. Because I did camp last year, and this year I will do also. And there are a lot of people, a lot of girls who are like, I'm their role model. So I'm really happy when I see them. Like, I feel so happy, because they are like people, girls who really want to play, but they go to one club and they go there, and they don't play, or they say, like, if you do this, you don't go with national team, yeah, or if you come to my club, you go with national team, stuff like that. And then the girls are like disappointing. They say,
Of
I don't
course.
want to play anymore. What is that? I say always, if you're good, you play. If you're not good, you don't play. That's it. You don't have to say, you come to my club, you play. What is that? And for one girl from 10, 11 years old, that is like you kill her.
Yes, you
Kill her,
ruin.
kill her dream.
Yes, you ruin her motivation and the joy
Of
for
course.
football. Yes, that's
Of
true.
course.
But you mentioned the camp and you dealing with the girls, like, let's say, directly. But you also mentioned your age and the fact that, let's say, you are now not close to the end of your career, but you're in the period of your life where that is approaching at some point, like, as you said, 5, 6 years from now. But
Of course.
do you
Yeah.
are you already thinking of what is next for you? Do you already think, I mean, you mentioned camp, is there maybe coaching career for you? Are you interested in, let's say, enrolling to the national federation and maybe trying to lead the department of women's football and try to change what's happening there? Because many of former players took those kind of roles and changed a lot, even in the big clubs. I mean, even Bayern Munich didn't do well like they're doing now, before Bianca Rech, for example, came to the club and,
Yeah.
and took the role as a sporting director and everything else. So we and we know how much UEFA women's football department improved when Nadine Kessler took the position. So we do need those leaders like you in institutions, in let's say, in every part of women's game to change it. But is it something that you see yourself into, or is there something else that you are dreaming to do after career?
Uh, I like I said, and I always say, like, I'm open. I'm really open to help. I'm really open to help the women's football to improve. And then if they want to speak with me and they really want me to join the federation and especially the women's football, I will be there. I swear I will be there, because I really want to improve a lot of things that are not good now, because I'm not the person that will stay there in federation and then I will say, okay, I took money and then that's it. No, 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 no. I will fight. I will fight. Even if I have to fight against the president or I don't know who, I will fight. I always do, because that is my character. I can't, like, if you say to me, no, you have to go by bus, and then I say, okay, I go by bus 12 hours. No, that is not professional,
Of
Even
course.
with that, I'm really open. If they want me to go to work in federation, I'm open. But also, I have a lot of projects like a camp, like I'm also like with study with us for like a sport director. I can be. I also wanna do another things like with because I love the nutrition.
Of
I
course.
also am doing that nutrition because I wanna really help a lot of people, and I have a lot of things to do when I'm done with football. So
But
I can think about it, and then because I'm doing now. So when I'm finished, that not won't be some new for me, Or I will stay at home and I will say, what is the next step? No, even when my career is still on charge, I'm like thinking about what I'm gonna do next, because when I finish with football, so I'm not surprised, because
yes,
that happened to many players. To many players,
exactly.
like I have friends, they say to me like, when I finish with football, I'm lost. I was lost, because they don't think about what is the next chapter, But I'm like thinking from the beginning, what is my next chapter? Because you always need to have like this the second plan.
Yes, because
So I have a lot.
what if you get an injury? So you don't need. It's
Exactly.
not only about, let's say, how good you are in your career or the age or whatever. Everything can happen. Even when I was, for example, I stopped being a football referee because at one point I got a offer to start working in football from the outside of the field, and then I was thinking, okay, if I continue refereeing, maybe I will never reach some highs that I did as working in, yes, events, grassroots, and so on. And when I ended up working the 2018 World Cup in Russia, I was like, okay, if I continued my referee career, I would never reach the World Cup, for example, men World Cup. But
Mhm.
now working from this point of view, like events, marketing, development of sports, I went
Mhm.
there. So, but why I decided that? Because as a referee, same as a player, you can get injured and your career is done.
Exactly, exactly. When you get done, like, or even I say, like, our career is really short. You can play maybe until 30, maybe until 40, maybe until 25. You never know, because there are things that we can control, like injuries. We don't control them. So when they happen to you, you have to handle it. Yes, of course. But also you need to have like the before now also, but before, the girls are really like studying a lot, because even if the lawyers, doctors, some girls from one girl from Villarreal, she was the captain there, and then she was doctor. Like she makes study, she was doctor, and then she end with the career, and then she's now doctor. But she was like really young. I think she had like 27, 28, and she stopped the career, and now she's doctor. That's why you need to have some passion after football.
Yes, and this is really a huge difference between men's and women's game,
Huge,
because the
huge.
money you get in men's game is enough for you to wait until the end of career and then decide what you want to do. But this is not something that we can have in women's game.
In
And
women's. Yeah.
speaking of money, since you played in those clubs who we consider as one of the best clubs
Yes.
regarding the men's game in terms of salaries and everything else, were you treated the same level, and there is a huge difference between, let's say, Barcelona feminine team and Barcelona men team and so on? Of course, we do not expect that anybody was paid like Messi was in that time, but still, did you feel that you were like super far from them, or that there is some significant amount for money that was there for you?
When you speak about money, it's really huge. The difference is huge. I mean, in 2017 even more. 2015 even more, because you're like when I was young, or also when I played in Barca, like you you have a good salary, but not enough. I mean, not enough, not the same like
Of
men's.
course.
That is the huge difference. So when I compare, for example, now let's say that maybe some players, like who plays like maybe in Mexico or some big clubs, they have salary like maybe some guy who is young and who play for second team and go with first team, like even you can compare, like you
Yeah.
can compare. But I think now, not one girl have like 1 million in year. Nobody.
Yes,
Nobody.
yes, that's true,
That
and
is
that
I
is
now
not
I think
fair. That is not fair because the reach you get through competitions like Champions League, like Women's World Cup, Euro, you actually deserve that amount of money. Speaking of the traction that is happening, the fans, the how many people are watching, who's coming to the stadiums, all the record breaking. So this is quite of not fair, and we're not asking for billions. We're just looking to reach the
Yeah, I
1
always
million.
say. Yes, exactly. I always say like we have to like even in the tennis, the girls have a good amount, but even not closer like men's, you know. And then I always say like we play the same, so the play the same sport, we train the same, we do everything the same. Okay, the one difference is that the men football, it's like really famous, and the woman it's getting famous. That is the two different things, but in the end when you see, we do the same job, and
Yes,
it
but
can't be the huge difference.
that's true. But you know what is also interesting? Over the last decade, women's football improved a lot. We can say that from
A
every
lot.
aspect of the game.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
but
yeah.
but still, I feel like it's kind of slow. It's kind of moving way slower
Really slow.
than its potential. Okay, we have Spain reach the top, then a man destroys everything. Then you have some things who happens like positive, then somebody comes and remove it, or you have a huge buzz around World Cups and European games, and after that, where do those funds go? So you don't do anything to keep them around unless you're like speaking about, let's say, Spain, Scandinavia, Italy, France, I don't know, Germany, so on. But what about the rest of the Europe? It's not like, or rest of the world. It's not like those fans for the World Cup are coming or watching over TV just from couple of countries. It's like entire world, and then you just lose them after that.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. I always say, like, even now, like Spain, they first time they wanted the World Cup, and here in Spain, the first how you say, like, the notitions here was the guy what he did with
Yeah.
the president of the. I mean, how did this possible?
Yes, they
Like,
always
where
with
is the success of the girls?
yes, with women's game, it's always like more important what she wears, how she looks, who she dates, instead of how amazing she is in performing her game or what she's doing. It's like always other things are important. For example, if you would do some scandal, let's say outside of the field in North Macedonia, every paper would be writing about that. And if you would, let's say, score some phenomenal goals, it's going to be
Nobody will say.
oh, two to three.
Oh, few.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just a few of them would, a couple of them would just put the highlight and said, okay, Natasha scored last minute goal that bring the win, but that's it. But if you would have a scandal, or if you would date somebody who is strange or do something strange, then it would be all over the news.
But why? Like, that is what I say. We have to change the mentality,
Yeah.
because who cares? I mean, yeah, you have to be like person first, but who cares what you do outside of the pitch? I mean, you have like, look, the guys, they do. Who knows what they do outside of the pitch? They do some stupid things. They do everything, but in the end, it's him on the pitch,
Exactly.
you know. And then that is not so important. Like in the women's, especially in Macedonia, when I doesn't matter, like some bad scandal when it's there outside, and then when I never, or like I never read the comments, but sometimes I say, okay, I wanna go inside just to see what they write. That is horrible what they say.
Yes.
Even they don't know, like, how I say, like, how this is possible. How this is possible? Somebody can explain to me. Like, even they don't know what they wear, or what, or how they look. They say about somebody, hey, she's looking like I don't know what, or she's doing this, or or he's doing that, or this was with this one, or this is cheating on this. What? Like, who
Who cares?
about that?
Yes. Yes, but
When I go home, that's why I don't go so much with some of my friends, because everything what you're gonna hear, it's this neighbor was with that neighbor, she's doing that with the like stuff. Like, I really don't like. I don't care.
yes,
I want to
gossips.
speak about life. I want to speak about important things. I want to speak about business. I want to speak about I don't know, something like interesting, not about stupid things.
Yes, that's true,
Like,
because we want to grow through those with those people with who we spend time, and not become, let's say, not to stop our progress or development as people. We wanna progress, because there is a saying: you are good as your environment is, which means if you surround yourself with the great people, you're gonna be even better thanks to them.
Exactly. You're the, like, how they say, you're the
average of
the average of the 5 people around you.
Yes.
Exactly. That is true.
Well, definitely today I can say that my average is higher, because I had a chance to speak with you and you made my day
you.
better, and we heard a lot of great things here that we can use as a good messages to spread through Europe through projects like this one. So I can just say thank you very much for finding some time to discuss these important topics with me. We will do our best to share your message as loud as possible. And when you are about to finish your career, come back to me. Maybe we can find you some interesting more projects than you already are doing. So thank you very much.
Thank you so much for having me. Yes, I'm open. I'm open, and then you can have contact with me, and then we can make some really interesting projects there in the Balkan.
Absolutely. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Big shout out to European Union for co-financing this project as a part of the cooperation partnership in field of sports.